Well, hello again. Thank you for tuning in to Discussions. It's been about 2 weeks or so, and that's my fault. I am the king of lollygag, the prince of procrastination, whatever you want to call it. That is me. But I've been a little busy here on the side, working on the online school, trying to get this algebra done. We'll talk about that. And I want to spin a conversation off an idea that I had about that. I'm gonna be more kind of rambling today, but anyway, little updates as far as my surgery. Things are going very well. I'm actually very pleased as far as my healing's been going on. I had staples removed this past week, and that was a big help because they were getting real irritated and real itchy. But that's done. But I'm just telling you, I'm extremely happy as far as my walking wise. On a walking regimen, and it's been going really good. And I'm just ecstatic as far as that right there. I'm up to about a half mile. I don't know, maybe a little more than a half a mile. As far as in the neighborhood, walking with one crutch. Probably by the end of this week, I'm gonna maybe just get it out into a cane. I use a cane in the house, and to me, that's really good out to me as far as only being 3 weeks out from surgery. But it's been doing really good. I want to thank people who's been texting and checking up on me and such. But it's been going real good. That part's been going wise. Been keeping busy. I'm here in the house, not really going out all that much, and just been kind of laying low. And it's been good. I mean, miss having a paycheck, that's all. But besides that, it's been kind of really just taking some, not really time to myself, but I tell you, this algebra class online, boy, I tell you, it's a doozy. It is a hard one for me. Now, some people are real good at math. I will say my 19-year-old son, he has been a tremendous help with me as far as sitting down wise and explaining things and showing me some shortcuts and such. And to be honest with you, these tests, they could be a lot harder, but for my mind to regurgitate all these small formulas and little details that needs to be done. You know what? I'm telling you I'm barely hanging on, barely hanging on. I'm blessed for having a teacher that I've been pretty good communication with. She's not really per se teaching the class. They have a student teacher who teaches it, and we meet on Tuesday and Thursday nights. I mean, the class itself is supposed to be kind of self-taught. You get the information, you go from there. But she goes over it. You can chime in live, or you can watch the recording. That's how they do attendance. And so I've been live every time, and I try to ask questions, and she sends us paperwork of problems that she's worked, to show us. And but I tell you, I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough there, and so I don't know. Don't know how this. We'll see how the first half goes. The first term, she has to go back and reevaluate some tests. I had some problems not able to access the Desmos calculator to its full potential. And so she's going to go back and look at my tests, look at a lot of other people's tests, and she's very good on partial credit and such. So I've been very good as far as trying to write out all my stuff, but we'll see. But we'll see right there. So made me start to really think about, we all have struggles in life as far as academically wise, and I was going to just give you a couple of points that I use as far as in my academics. Now, with that being said, if I have nursing students listening to this, there's a big difference between as far as me just taking this math class and I think versus, when I wrapped up the LPN class, as far as we didn't have a lot of per se busy work or homework to be graded as a weighted percentage. Our test was weighted. We didn't have a lot of extra stuff as far as, we did have our nursing plans we had to do, things like that. But as far as what we've been doing in here, as far as our D2L, we all familiar with that with York. That's what I'm taking my class through. But anyway, as far as I'm making sure that all my homework, they're all hundreds. And I'm making sure any kind of project or little things that we have to do that I have 100 in it also. I make sure if there's anything that I could do to get an extra point, get some things done, I do that. And every little bit helps. And I was talking with my instructor about that. And, so he goes, well, you get no hundreds on your homework, and it's going to be a big help for you. And so we're going to, so whatever you got going on in class, be sure to do it, at least that to your best. You want to do that to where you can get every piece of credit and point that you can have. That's what's going to come down with me on this. Another thing to be also to look into is, now, every teacher is a little different. I think I am blessed with this one algebra teacher that I have. She's very approachable. I will say, when she says she's in the office, she goes, these are my hours in the office, call if you need anything. Well, I've been in communication, not to the point of bugging her wise, but as far as, I've always been accused, and I may share a little more than what I need to share. I mean, as far as, I just like to talk sometimes, and she's very approachable. And I told her, I said, look, I'm not good at math. As far as algebra wise, I've had problems with it in high school. I've had problems with it in years ago when I started taking, classes. And it's very hard for me. And I said, I need this class to transition over. And I said, I just need to get a C in it. And I'll do whatever I needed to get this C. And so I've asked for some help. I asked for some tutoring wise. As far as with this midterm that we just did, my grade was not good, but she hasn't really gone over it thoroughly yet. Maybe I might bump up some points. I just wanted to know, where do I sit? Am I still in the game? Regardless, if I have to retake it again next semester, and to be honest with you, I've already signed up for an in-person class for the second 8 weeks while I do the microbiology online. If it comes down to that, it comes down to that. But I had a good conversation with her, and I said, I'm still going to finish this class one way or another. I'm going to stick it through and do my best. So at least if I have to take it again a second time, at least I know what to really expect. And I'm going to take all these notes that we had and examples and bring it in over with me to the next class. So, but we had a good talk about that. And she goes, it's doable. She goes, it's going to be a real tight doable. So, but I'm going to give it my all there. So, another thing as far as that is, I think being in communication with your instructor. Now, with that being said, I said at the very beginning of this point here, goes, not every instructor is, personal like this. Some people is either sink or swim. This is what it is. But it seems like, I've been very, very blessed with this. But sometimes, give it a shot. Give that instructor a call. Set up a phone appointment. Just talk with them and say, hey, this is what I got going on, and just kind of, you never know. You might have some. Maybe you might have some sympathy points kind of heading towards your way. Not to give you a test, but if they, you never know. I might be working the problem. He goes, well, you know what? He knows where he's going, but he's not just there yet. And you never know. I'll take a fraction of a point or a 0.20 or a 2.3, extra on there. I'll take every bit that I can get there. And so, but I think open communication is very vital as far as what you had. Now, I will say to my previous LPN study groups, SharePoint group, and y'all pretty much all the same in your RN group, I do miss that. As far as on the online class, there's no communication. There is one person I text, kind of lightly, and because they show up to the group, to our group video. Only usually 2 or 3 people do that. And so that is one person. Now, we don't share ideas on how to work on problems or anything. It's nothing like what we had. But anyway, I do miss that. And I will say there's grouping numbers as far as the study-wise and things of that nature there. So anyway, that's where I'm sitting at. I'm just kind of rambling right now and kind of let you know where I'm at. And if there's people out there struggling as far as, I know I heard that first Mod 1 test was pretty intense. And I know you got the cardiac test coming up for the second one. And so I'll let you know I'm all thinking about you, and hopefully that all will go well with that. But always keep that open line of communication. Always do that. One more thing, I want to very proud. I'm seeing a lot of people has gotten their LPN license. I'm scheduled to take my test soon, and I shamefully have not really been going over it as much as I have been in the beginning. So I'm going to have to remedy that, but I will be taking it soon, and hopefully all go well with that right there. So hopefully maybe you take some of these points away, and some little advice as far as if you're struggling or you're hanging in by a thread. They always say C's make degrees, and I know we all strive to be higher, and I know a lot of us don't like being on the edge of passing, but when it's all said and done, it's all said and done. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in again, and I'll be hopefully seeing you or talking to you next week.